Hey everyone, this is Leader635 on Gemmy Master Animatronics, and I'm really happy to finally get around doing this review because it's been an existential pain in the ass to think about what am I gonna do, how am I gonna do it, because of course, as you guys know, our collections are in constant expansion. And this is one category that I always get a lot of, and I always still get, and I still get, and I still get. So, one review is never going to be enough, so what I'm going to end up doing is, all the ones I have right now, I'm going to videotape them in this specific video. I'm going to address them, review them, make them work and everything. But whenever I get another one, I'll make a separate video of it. Anyways, so what is the topic of this video? Not one, not two, not three, but 17 musical walking Santa Clauses. From Yinfa to NB Toys to some you may have never seen before. So, this is the beginning of the review. I'll do it year by year, even though there's a large year break, because this is my first one, the very first one out of all. And I got it in 2012, and I didn't get, or I didn't better said find, bell ringers until 2016, and that's when I got this one. That Christmas I got a few others, but again, it'll be all properly addressed right now. So, hang on to the video, and we'll get started. So this is my very first one from 2012. That I got. It's a musical walking Santa Claus, but it's not the very first one I had. This is the first one that made it into the collection. I got this one in the fair in my school, what used to be my secondary school, in November of 2012. I actually missed all the fairs of that year because of homework and shit, and just the last fair, my dad told me, okay, you know what, just go, and we're gonna go, and then you'll do the homework. I'm like, yeah. So I went and I bought this Santa Claus, which at the time, I think it was like 30 pesos. It was 30 pesos, yes. It was around that money back then. It was really cheap. But it had broken gears, it had a lot of things, and I really did not take care of it. Mainly the everything on it, like there's a lot of things that are not original. The entire mechanism came from a bell ringing bear that would walk, ring the bell, and squeak. And what is it? The candle, the original candle broke, so I had to 3D print a replacement for it. As well as the bell is not original. The chip is messed up to the point it can't work on a faster motor than what it has, and it can't work on a larger speaker. Because it has a big speaker, but it's one of those that has the exact same coil as the small speakers. Those that are plasticky with paper, with the paper membrane. If you put one of the metallic membrane ones, not metallic membrane, the metallic casing with the paper membrane, it's just gonna make a constant beep, and that sucks ass. Because back then this thing used to work like a charm with one of those speakers. But you know, things get old. I messed up really badly on this one, but somehow it still fully works, and I'm really happy for that. This one has been, ever since 2012 till 2015 or 16, it's been my only bell ringing Santa that I had, and I really took care of it back then, because I was like, God, it's my, like, when I realized it, I started taking care. But back then, I just didn't. It was back then, in 2012, I used to modify things all the time, and until they would break, and I really don't. I hate those times. But anyways, we're gonna go with the box now. The classic bluish, what is it, background that they all use. Musical walking Santa Claus with multi-functions and icy music. Now, this one's coloring is really gone. It's supposed to be red. Everything's supposed to be red. Like the, green, this is green, this is supposed to be red, but of course, some of these things don't really apply to this model, because it says walking, ringing bell, light, face, and candle. The face does not light up on this one. It never did. It did once because I modified it, but then I just took it out. And then sack bag, which sack bag, it doesn't have a sack. Playing music with 3 songs. Jingle Bell, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and I wish you a Merry Christmas. This is the first one I see that has all three, well, not all three, but the first one and the last one, Jingle Bells and I Wish You a Merry Christmas complete the chorus. Because usually these, they have a short version of each one, but this one has a slightly longer one, completing the chorus of the song. So with the Santa Claus itself, as I said, it has another mechanism, so it's slightly heavier than before. This has the classic face that a lot of them have. Here's a 3D printed candle with the issues of my 3D printer being clearly shown right here. That's the original tip, and even though it's made of a solid plastic, you can still shine light through it. It's gonna still, flash. This hand just got ruined because at one point I glued it. I don't know why, and then I just took it out. It ripped the whole. My God, this one's a survivor. And of course, the brand, Superine. This is not the brand of the Santa Claus or anything. This is the brand of the bear, which has nothing to do. So, without further ado, here we go. So that's practically this one. Moving on to the next one. Okay, so now we're going with the 2016, which is the time I started finding these again. First one I found was this one, and I found it back in September of 2016. It was the September the 20th. It needed repairs as every single other one. It had a split gear, I think it was, or something. But the funny thing is, I tapped it and it started moving. The music did not play, so that was something that was a wire off, I think, or some crap like that. I just can't remember. The only thing it did when I first bought it was the face lit up. And now, it has one of these lamps that the Christmas lights use. And some Gemmy animatronics from a lot of years ago use, which are these like light bulbs that when they heat up, they turn off, then they turn back on. They have like a little bimetallic piece in the middle that just when it heats up, it contracts. So it touches the how's it called? It touches the filament of the light, then it just retracts. When it gets cold again, touches again. So it's really fast as well. It's made by a company called YS, which I do recall. I have something else from that company. I just don't know what, but let me just show you the logo type. It's made by YS, and it was made in Taiwan, Republic of China. Right there. Made in Taiwan, ROC. Now, this one may have had an elastic. Yeah, it had an elastic. Of course, the elastic has perished with the years, so this is why you see the entire thing. It looks like if it was eaten up. It's because it was all supposed to be retracted. And, of course, it's my first one with a lever switch. So, here we go. So that's practically what this one does. So now we're going with these, which were a Mercado Libre purchase from 2016. They were, they are still for sale. You can still buy them, but they are more expensive than what they used to be. Right now, it's just not worth it to buy one of these because these were outlet units. These were broken. They didn't work or anything. So they were selling them for like 150 pesos each. And of course, right now they're like 500 each. So it's like, no, fuck you. I'm not doing that. Anyways, the second I saw them, my mom purchased them. We went picking them up. We went to pick them up in December 17th of 2016. It was a Saturday. So there's 3 of them, but yet all 3 have differences, believe it or not. This one has a chip that has a few different tonings from these other 2. This is the display model that you can find even today in the listing of Mercado Libre. They actually sent me the display model, so that's pretty fun. Right now, every time I see it, it's like, yeah, that was an early photo of mine when it didn't work. Anyways, this is the first one I unboxed. It's really cool. This is my favorite one out of all 3. I love it because the beard is just, it's slightly longer than the others. The face looks a whole lot a whole lot better. In fact, the face of the others looks a little bit more shrunk and a little bit more serious. This one looks better. It looks a whole lot happier. And of course, it's higher pitch at the same time. That's another thing that I really do like. So we're gonna turn this one on. Of course, they had, gear issues. The motors were stuck. The A-tooth gears were split. The main gears, I think they were 12. Yeah, 12-tooth gears that would, go up and down to make them walk and ring the bell. They were also broken, but that was all fixed in its time. These have the regular switch in the neck, like the first one. Oh, well. That's, unfortunate. There we go. So what you guys saw, the first one had a little sticky thing there. That happens every single year with it. You have to like let it run for like 1 or 2 minutes so it gets completely unstuck. But that's normal from these motors. Anyways, going now to the second and the third one. Here's the one they used as a display model in the listing. So that's that one, and now we're going with this one. So these are the three, well, four technically, the four musical walking Santa Clauses of 2016. Moving on. So now we're going with the first one and the only one of 2017. This one is made by the company Yinfa, which is the only reason why I know that the gorilla that I have that has the exact same logo type is, you know, Yinfa. There you see the Yinfa thing. At first I thought this was the NB Toys version, but of course I was like, wait, but the NB Toys has an orange candle tip and it was made out of a blow mold plastic. This one's a solid plastic and it's an injection mold thing, so you can actually take this off. So as you guys can see here, yeah, I got it one Sunday in November 5th. It was. I got it in my school, and it needed, you know, gears and such. But other than that, I cleaned it up, and that was it. I mean, it had corrosion. That's one thing. It had a little bit of corrosion, but that was practically. I think I must have paid around. Ah, damn it! I forgot. I really forgot how much I paid for this one. I don't know. Anyways, it walks, rings the bell, lights up the face. First chorus is complete, the second song is not, and the third one isn't either. So, here we go. There's a switch there. Now, this is the first one that I owned that had that structure in the feet. Where the bottom of the, like, there's an inner piece in the foot that's made out of white plastic. And that's what gets held to the leg. The NB Toys ones have them thicker. I'll show that in a few. Other than that, here's the box for it. By the way, I didn't show the box on these. I'm so sorry. So, before I even go with this one any further, I'll go ahead and show the box of this one. Battery operated musical walking Santa Claus, number ST8810. Insert 2C batteries. Now this is not the switch it has, but maybe one had it at some point. I don't know. These must have been from the mid 2000s or so, because they are not that old at all. they are not. But that's that one. So again, here, for children, it's funny because this one they did say for children. For children ages 3 and up. It's a decoration, dumbasses. Battery operated, multifunction IC music. Now, this is a really classic box that has been reprinted a lot of times for plenty of these. In fact, my first one, how's it called? My first two, which were those two that had the, they were these two that had like a glittery vest. They came with this box. There's the candle. Yinfa candle right there. And a few other color separation. Yeah, these are just things about the box itself. Again, there's both versions here. The one with no candle and the one with candle. Santa Claus itself. The body is made out of a pink plastic. Yeah, it's made out of a pink plastic. And of course, the battery covers the battery cover. No big deal. It has that spring-loaded lock. You know that. Anyways. Now we're beginning with the 2018 Santas. Okay, now on to the 2018 Santas. Now you're gonna see this right after the 2017 Santas, but let me guarantee you it's a few hours later that I actually shot this, because this piece of shit right here, the first one I was gonna show, my second, it would be second, but first of 2018, the second Yinfa Santa that I have actually broke down. I turned it on and all it would do is struggle to ring the bell. So the 12th gear broke and I had to change it, so now it has a new one. That's hopefully gonna last a lot more than the other. So what can I say about this one? I got it at a place where they sell used things that they buy somewhere else cheaper. In fact, it's the same place where I got this, my first 2016 Santa. It's the same goddamn place, and they had it in the window, and I was like, oh my god. So I bought this for, I think it was cheap, it was like 120 pesos, but then again, it was pretty discolored. I mean, the face is discolored. The candle, there's a spot right here where you guys can see it's yellowed. And not only that, but this is exactly what was going on with my the first one out of the first, the 2012 Santa. The candle was getting yellow and it was getting these tiny lines that I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see them, but it's when it's getting brittle and everything and it's slowly drying up the plastic, so you know, it gets bad over time. But again, it was all because of UV radiation. Anyways, last year this one would, I don't know why, it would struggle to ring the bell, but now it doesn't, so I guess that fixed itself. It's, as I said, it's just like the other Yinfa Santa, but there's a difference. The other Yinfa Santa, it's either an earlier or an older model. I mean, earlier or newer model, and I'm gonna explain right now why. There's some that have terminals, there's some that have springs, yeah. I'm not really sure what this one has. I'll have to see. But my first one has these terminals that are tins that are bent like this. Now this one has the classic positive-negative terminal with the spring or the nipple. So I'm guessing this one's a little newer or something. Anyways, here's the battery cover of it. Another Yinfa. Slightly darker than the other one. So, I guess that, I'm going to turn it on for you now. So that's this one. And I'm going to show these two. Alright, so here's these two that will seem familiar for some of you. For some others, this is the first time you people see them. These two, one was featured in the channel before, the other one wasn't. It was just in a picture. You guys may remember that last year I made a video, a repair video that I built up this one repair video with music, and I put it in both GMA and my channel, my personal Zodak Leader 635 channel. This is the one that was fixed right there. It's the one that got completely uncorroded. It was trash. It looked nice, but it was, trash, complete trash. Even the box is burnt. I don't know what the hell happened here, but that's burnt. I had to put some red thing on the bottom. But of course, this one is my very first one with light up eyes. I've wanted one of these for a long ass time. I know they come in a lot of versions. There's one that has a candle that looks like a dildo. I kid you not, it looks like a goddamn dildo. There's one that doesn't have the lights in the eyes, of course. There's one that just has the pupils. These are just holes they poke, and that's it. And then, of course, there's one with the candle, with the LED eyes. There's one that has a sack. And as you guys are going to see later on, they remade them. But with another, rubber that's 10 times worse, because this one melts the plastic. This is the classic rubber that they use that usually melts the plastic, and this is why this one's head is kind of loose. I've tried making space with super glue to, like, you know, have more grip so the head would be harder, but even then, both the how soft the head is and the gap that the rubber ate, it's just, you know, it's gonna constantly wiggle like this when it walks. This one won't. This one has a slightly harder rubber, but doesn't, you know, this one doesn't melt through plastic or anything. It has a larger beard too, which I really do like. I like these wider Santas. Has a big speaker, has a chip that makes the LEDs flash, and of course plays the music. It has these that have the light up eyes and this creepy ass face. They usually have the bell. They usually have this bell with some kind of zip tie. Yeah, some plastic tie. This one also has it like that. And that's the major reason why one that I'm going to show in a bit that's just like this one doesn't have it. So, it's pretty loud too, it's fast. These two were full in corrosion, and there's a funny, again, a story you guys are going to probably find funny about these two. This one came home just fine. My mom was able to either receive it, pick it up, something. But this one wasn't. This one actually was, you know, because sometimes in the mail here in the post office, you find either a nice guy or a complete jerk. And I was away while these two came. These were meant to come in the last week, because I went to Mar del Plata with my classmates. You know, we were usually the road trip we do, where, you know, it was the last one of our school cycle and everything. So it was like, yeah. And this one came just fine. My mom even shot me pictures of how the batteries were in it, and it was just disgusting. And this one wasn't at first. My mom literally told me that they could not pick it up because they said they needed my ID and all that bullshit. And of course, I don't have an ID. Well, I didn't have my ID here. I had it with me in my wallet in Mar del Plata. So literally, and we didn't know what the fuck to do. So my mom ended up persisting. She was like, you know what? We'll do it this time. We'll do it. And she ended up she was able to pick it up. But here's the catch. The day before she was able to pick it up, Mercado Libre, because I bought those two through Mercado Libre, one from a seller, one from the other. Mercado Libre actually sent me a message, a notification saying, hey, we could not send you this, you know, we could not send you this package or something, so here's your money. They gave my money back, and allegedly this was doomed, gone, lost. I was like, oh fuck. So guess I'm gonna just wait for the guy to receive it again and buy it off him again this time. No, my mom actually picked it up, and I literally had the price of this plus the shipping in my, in some kind of how can I explain it? In a virtual wallet. Yeah. So what did I do with the money that was left over of this, the price and everything? I bought the hot stuff lobster that broke down last year, that I showed last year. So I literally got this for free. I got this goddamn thing for free. It even came with a tiny box where I store it in. It came for free. And again, I'm glad it came for free because it was terribly corroded. The gearbox on this one is tin. The legs are not, but the gearbox is tin. And it had corrosion. It had corrosion in the terminals. It had corrosion in the switch. The switch was rusted. It didn't do anything. It was terrible and slightly dirty. Now, as of what I've heard, this one came straight from old stock from a toy shop. Only that it didn't have the box. So, other than that, I restored it last year, and that's everything I gotta say about it. There's something pretty funny and pretty odd, and I don't know if this is a newer or an older model, but usually these come with a black battery cover. Now, these others that have a bag, they usually come with a either yellow, red, or some other random, plastic color. But anyways, it walks decently. Not gonna say the best. It's pretty fast. It rings the bell just fine, and it's so weird how the arm is shaped. The arm's like literally like this. it's not even looking like if it was grabbing the bell. It's like, hey, I'm gonna have my bell just wrapped around my wrist. I'm gonna be like, exactly like that. So, anyways, let me just turn it on. The switch on these is a big switch that's on the butt. So of course, as it had the two circuits, I just joined them both, so that both circuits are joining the circuit. Not both circuits. I mean, yeah, both all four terminals are closing the circuit. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, here we go. As you guys can see, it's got this constant ticking that the mechanism does, and I have no idea what it is. It's like a tick 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 that the mechanism makes, and I don't know what it is because there were some gears that were split, but the only gear that it had that was split through the teeth, let's basically call it that way, because there were two gears that were split on this one. The selected gear, because as I said, there's only there's only two metallic two plastic gears. The rest is all metal. The gear that has the shaft for making the bell ring, the gears for the walking, if I recall correctly, they were all metallic. So the only two that were broken was the selective gear, the top half, and the 9-tooth gear, because these don't use an 8-tooth, these use a 9-tooth. The 9-tooth, I replaced it, so it's not that. It must be something within the selected gear, but as I said, there's no way, because it's not something that affects anything. The gear is just glued there. So yeah, now we're gonna go with this one, the one that I fixed. You guys know it. It also came while I was away, but my mom was able to receive it. It costed me really cheap, but then again, it was really messed up from the corrosion. It was terrible. The circuit board got corroded. Whatever, that little piece of shit. And I had to redo the trace. I had to change a lot of things, but thank goodness it works now. And it's another Yinfa, of course. The box for this one is terribly similar to the NB Toys version, because the NB Toys version has something like this, only that the pictures are different, the font is a little different, but it has this kind of box presentation, yeah? Even like this, you could be fooled that this one is the NB Toys, but no, this is not the NB Toys one. I've seen pictures, not full pictures, but partial pictures of the box, and let me tell you, when you know it's the NB Toys one, when you see the video, you see that blurry ass video everyone uploaded of the bell ringing Santa, and it's the exact same one from that video. That's how you can tell. Anyways, so I guess that's everything for now. It's another one. Now I actually checked, and this one has the metallic terminals just like the first one. So this one must be a newer one or something that has springs. Anyways, here we go. You guys noticed that, right? It started pretty scratchy, and then that's because of the motor. Usually these things, when you hear some kind of that's not the mechanism, it's usually because of the motor. The motor needs cleaning or something, and these it's been cleaned, but sometimes the motor's worn or something. And it's just the nature of the motor. The motor cannot be a perfect silent thing, especially on these generic ones. So, sometimes you're gonna have that spare little staticky sound that sounds on the background, but that's plain normal. It's not going to damage anything. Another thing is that the switch is really wonky on this one. I should fix it, but see what I'm talking about. And sometimes it doesn't even turn on. The sound doesn't even work. Oh, come on. so there's that one. Of course, one thing is that you guys notice that the recording is radically different from what another Yinfas have. I don't know what exactly happened there. I have no goddamn idea, but that's just how it is. So, now we go with my second light-up-eyed Santa. This one I got it, it's funny because I got it I think one day before my graduation party. Because in school, you know, they do the ceremony and everything of when you graduate, and the day earlier it was rainy. Now I had to go, I can't remember what for. What was it that I had to go for? I can't remember, but I went, and to make it short, I saw a little door that was open, and there's these people there that's resell things for charity, and I was like, hey, are you gonna sell this? And I'm like, yeah. They had this one, and they had a black, like a, literally it was like a 10 inches musical Christmas moving figure, but with a fucking black head. Like the head was literally painted like a black Santa, but the hands were white. I'll show that in the other, because again, as I planned on doing this video, I'm gonna plan on doing a video over the other super common mechanism that Santa Clauses use. Anyways, so I got it. It had a little corrosion, moisture, dirt, but it worked. It somehow worked. I first turned it on, it was stuck. It would just play music and light up the ice, and then I hit it a little bit, started moving just fine, and then it started screeching. So that was shit. And of course, came home, cleaned it all up, ready for Christmas 2018. So let me show you what it does. This one's lower pitch than the other one. And let me just show you the comparison. Here you have this one. And here you have this one. So there's these two, no wait, dumbass. So there's this one that I got in school. Let me just give you some approximate dates for the hell of it. So the first one I already did, it was November. It actually was the same, are you fucking kidding me? Wait, no, I fucked up. I fucked up. I fucked up. Ladies and gentlemen, I fucked up. Because it was June the 26th when I got that one. It kind of rang a bell. I was like, what the hell? I remember getting this one around mid 2018. Yeah. These two. LED eyes. No. Oh, that's right. They are separated by all the ones I got in the trip. So I got this one in November 15th. The Yinfa one. And the other one, the one with LED eyes, I got it in the 16th of so yeah, literally one day afterwards, allegedly. I got this one. So what about this one? This one I must have gotten it in December. I'm sure about that. It must have been LED ice bag. Yup, 13th. The 13th of December of last year. And now we are going with the last one. Let me just pause and put batteries into it. Okay, so now we're going with this one. I got this one after Christmas. I literally got it. Hey, when the hell did I get it, huh? We're having an issue right here. Musical walking. Oh, I'm a dumb fuck. Here it is. No, wait. LEDs? No, wait. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it's good. I got it the 28th of, December 28th last year. I'm sorry. It's just that I recently made this list with all my Christmas animatronics and all that bullshit. I have 119. And to be honest, I'm always putting the same goddamn names because this is just how generically called they are. And I always have to put some kind of hint to what it is. Like, by example, the 12 inches, old chip, this is one that I got last year that sounds like the older Santa. 11, whatever, saxophone, this is the one that walks. I don't know. 10 inches, musical Christmas moving figure, black. This is the one that I said that's made by YS, the same company that made the 2016 one. The one I got in 2016, and, musical walking Santa Claus all together, because that's how it's called. It's called musical Santa Claus, but, I just put musical walking for the hell of it. That's the one, LED ice bag, the 13th. So, the one I'm talking about right now, the one I really want to know, or the one I really wanted to know, and I ended up messing up, is this one, which I got the 28th, which is this one. How did I get it? It's ridiculously funny. I bought this in a store because I saw it in the window, and they had it, and a leg was gone. Literally, one leg was missing, and I was like, what the hell? So I asked the lady, hey, would you consider selling it? And she was like, yeah, but I don't know what they go for. And I'm like, in this shape, I can't give you more than 100 pesos. And she's like, well, I'll take your word on it. Of course, the thing was fucked. It didn't even work. So she ended up, selling me it. And then she told me, hey, whenever you're done, send me a video. I want to see it in action again. And I'm like, okay. So this Santa has a big speaker, has a weird-ass candle. Honestly, really weird. Really weird. And I thought this was going to be the exact same model as my first one, but no, it's not. Of course, because of the candle. The candle's the thing that kind of gave it away. I mean, there's a few things on these Santas that always I like, and one of them is the different candles. This candle is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Anyways, I did have one of the leftover feet. Well, actually, I had 2 feet. One from a pretty old walking, swinging Santa I had, and the other one from the first musical walking Santa Claus. Because I kept the feet, I kept the legs, I kept a few things, so, So all this one does, this one has the Yinfa recording. It lights up the candle only, it walks, rings the bell. It had a lot of gears broken. The gearbox was broken, literally. It was snapped on the back. So the legs were kind of hanging, and the entire thing was just... And of course, it needed cleaning. But this year is going to be its first Christmas out. So, of course, yeah. It has this is the... What's it called? This is when you put something red next to it. The rubber sucked it, so I can't do anything about that. Anyways, here we go. So this is what this one does. As I said, I'm really happy that I got this one because it's so odd. And of course, another thing you people are gonna probably notice, either the sleeve is too short or the arm is too long. But let me tell you, there's no way I can just push this down that far. It's gonna always look like that. So those are the 2018 Santas. Now we are going with the 2019. The last, of course, the ones from this year. Alright, so these are the 2019 Santas so far. This is the last one I got. Basically, we're gonna begin little by little. So, All of these Santas, and I repeat, all of them, are the product of a meeting that they call the Fest. If it wasn't by that, I wouldn't have any of these. Here's the thing. I found out about this collector's Argentinian meetups and all that they do in in a place. It's kind of far, but not super far, so I can go. And they sell everything, and I got so many rare things from there. I got so many things that I didn't have for cheaper prices. The main thing is that there's good things for affordable prices. And of course, when people saw that I had an interest for these Santas, they started posting. And that's practically how I got them. So the first one I got is this infamous piece of shit. What is this? This is the NB Toys Santa Claus. The legitimate NB Toys Santa Claus. One of the versions that came out. It's the version that has the bag and has light up eyes and a light up head. There's a lot of other versions that they made. For example, one that has also the tip of the hat that lights up. And the pom-pom would be. And that they also only have a light in the candle or in the face, but no lights in the eyes. So there's a lot of versions. Now, what's so different about this one from the others? This is the classic, the classic fluffy version of the clothing, but it actually is a two-piece clothing. That's one thing I haven't seen before. Of course, here's the back for it. Again, here we go with the confirmation. This is the logotype of NB Toys, Ningbo Toys, or as it's called here, Tianyi. Now, this thing required so many repairs because someone ruined it. It got to another person that fixed it, but they fixed it like shit. They literally taped the head. They glued the selective gear down so that not the selective gear. They glued the both gears that it has, one that's for the bell and one that's for the walking. They glued them together so the thing would constantly walk and ring the bell. And of course, it was slightly dirty. I just didn't want to leave it like that. And of course, they put a giant button switch, so I had to remake what they pierced to make that. Yeah, that's something I had to 3D print and put a new switch. Of course, as I said, here's the battery cover in the better sight. Pink plastic. Anyways, a lot of things are into this Santa that I honestly, that differentiates from the others. First of all, these are the thick legs that I always said. They are thick, but they are not solid. Okay, they look pretty thick and everything. It's got a made in China, sticker. Yeah, has the classic structure of the 3 screws. The middle screw just lifts up the top cap, and the other 2 are for the structure piece inside the foot. What else? Of course, the candle's made out of a blow mold. It's literally blown plastic. The tip is solid, and you can take it off. You can literally take it off. And this is the rounded tip from an NB Toys Santa. As I said, I was confused before because I thought, hey, the Yinfa ones have a very similar candle. Yes, but they are pointier than this. And the candle's solid. But what's one of the weirdest things they did? Aside from the eyes that light up, aside from the head that lights up, aside from everything else that lights up, what's the weirdest thing they could have done to this damn thing that's so distinctive? They added a mechanical blinker. Yeah, exactly. They added a mechanical blinker on the side. Because on all of these, there's this one little piece where one bar that moves the bell rests on. And on this one, they took the chance and they put a rivet on that. And they put a little piece of tin that touches that. So the selective gear, the bottom half, has an extra piece that pops out, that sticks out, and it touches that. It constantly makes it blink. So that's what controls all the lights except for the one in the head. The eyes and the candle are controlled by that one. So that's absolutely cool. Of course, a few other things aside from the Tianyi logo type and everything that you gotta look for if you wanna find if it's an NB Toys or not, it has this sticker that says EAC. EAC on there. And from there, the gearbox is made out of white plastic, which I wouldn't see again until this one. But, you know, it's a really cool Santa, and it's finally one that I can say legitimately that it's an NB Toys, and not like a lot of people that just say, hey, this is an NB Toys, and it doesn't say it anywhere. On this one, it says it. I only have another item, a cow, that says it's NB Toys, and those are the only two that I have. So they are uncommon, but they exist, and here's the proof. So let me turn it on for you. It has the exact same sound of my first one, only that pitched down. So that's practically what the NB Toys musical walking Santa Claus does. I don't have the box for it, but as I said, I do have pictures in my archive, and it's distinctive. As I said before as well, there's another version that has no LED eyes, and that one's actually on Mercado Libre right now, but I'm trying to buy it, but the seller's kind of a weirdo, so not really gonna bother for now. But anyways, that was the NB Toys Santa. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so forgot to mention, I got this one in January. Much more specifically, the 10th of February. That's right, I'm sorry. And I wouldn't get this one until July. I literally got this one in July. This one's odd, because it's the first musical walking Santa Claus that I have that does something else than just walk and ring the bell. This is one of those that swings the head from side to side. It has an extra lever that connects to the foot, to the spinning rod of the foot, and it goes straight to the side of the neck. Now all three screws, because there's one in the front, one in the back holding the head as a pivot, and the third one have to be pretty loose. Not super loose, but pretty loose, so the head can actually move freely. Other than that, it has one of those blinking bulbs inside that doesn't require anything electronic. It's just, you know, how it is. The head is pretty hard. It's made out of a vinyl material. So are the hands. And to take them off, you gotta heat them up a little bit. That's one thing I've learned on my other one. But anyways, it has a small speaker as well. And what did this one have? Corrosion. Both terminals of the motor were broken off, just like, I think it was the Yinfa one that had that. I think it had them like that. Anyways, oh, and of course, the switch on this one is in the crotch. Literally, it's a little yellow switch that you move forward on this one, backward on the other one. So, here we go. And of course, if you guys notice that the shining inside the head is a little reddish, it's because on these, the light bulb is painted red instead of just, you know, plain white like the others. So that's that one. So now we're going with this one. This is another musical walking Santa Claus that I got with the box, and I got this one in July. I got it after I came back from Kevin's. It was the first fest after I came back from his place. This one has a pretty weird box, but I like it. Only has the picture of the one without the candle. Again, classic thing that it says everywhere. This is one of those that has the red body as well. But this one's not spring-loaded. They literally put a screw through the two pieces. And the two pieces actually separe. That's the funny thing. So I don't know what exactly happened there. Maybe you're supposed to, I don't know, put it like that, and then you're supposed to lock it with your finger. And, you know, you push it down when you take the batteries out, but I don't know. And, of course, it's made by this weird company that doesn't say anywhere, but I don't know what the hell that is. It looks like a Y and an L, so I don't know. But this is my only musical walking Santa Claus right now that has no lights at all, anywhere. Not in the face. You would be like, oh, may have light in the eyes or the face. No. Doesn't have light in the eyes, nor the face or anything. As you guys can see, there's no hole nor nothing. This one is the only one that I have that has nothing in it. Talking about lights. So it was really easy to fix it because it was just the mechanism and the chip, and that was it. It's got this I like this hand. I don't know why. It's got the classic hand that they put when it doesn't have a candle. And of course the other hand. And I love how painted it is. Like, you know, how they painted this one. It's weird. But I like it. So, oh, and by the way, before I even forget about it, it has a white mechanism, just like the NB Toys Santa. And here's where I'm saying these two are pretty close within quality and everything. This one also has those thick legs, but they're clear. So, yeah. So these are the only two that I have that have those thick legs. Anyways, I guess that without further thing, here's this one. So as you guys noticed, the sound as well, the recording is different. So again, another different one. So right now I'm going to put batteries into these and we're going to see the last ones for 2019 for now. I'm pretty sure I might get 1 or 2 or 3 more, but for now this is all the ones I have. Okay, so here's 1 out of 2. Well, actually the 2. I got the 2 in hold on, if I'm going to show the 2, hold on, just a second. Alright, there, I put batteries into the 2 that came in a lot. So I got these 2 a few months ago, actually. It wasn't that distant ago. It was in August. The 18th of August. And they both had issues related with corrosion, related with bullshit, and they actually came with their clothing swapped. So this one had this one's clothing and vice versa. And of course, they didn't have a better idea than stitching this one's thing because the zipper was broken. So I had to change the zipper. And now it's opened again. But as you guys can see, the rust did a really good job at ruining this. Now this is one that has the classic, the standard 3-song recording, just like the last E-Info one I showed. And the face light is constant. It's not a blinker or anything, but it's constant. So it's got a hard face. The face is actually really almost identical to the ones from these. So You know, especially the face mold, it's the same. But this one does not move the head. This one's fast, and I gotta say it, and I love this one because of that. It walks really good. This one's by far, I think, the one that walks the best out of all the ones I own. It's got a lever switch, which I had to 3D print the tip because it didn't have it. And of course, after changing gears, after doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, fixing it, cleaning it, the classic, the usual, here it is. It's got a large speaker, and I guess I have nothing else to say. So, here we go. What the hell? It has to be because of the batteries, because they're too good. Well, when it has slightly lower batteries, it walks really good, I'll say that. Let's see what happens if I put it on the floor. God damn it. So I guess you guys get it. It works. Sometimes it doesn't. Screw it, I don't care. But it works really good. Anyways, then we have this one which came along with this one. It's another one of those LED eyes, but as I said, the other one has the battery cover yellow. This one has it red. Yep. So, of course, there's nothing much to say about this one, just like the other one. Tin gear. Oh, forgot to say. These have tin gearboxes and plastic legs. These have plastic gearboxes and tin legs. Literally, I don't know why the hell they did that, but, you know. What one doesn't have, the other one does. Anyways, here we go with this one. Oh, that's right. So as you guys can see, this one doesn't have the bell. The bell got lost, and I'm trying to see if I have something to put on it, but nothing. At least not for the moment. Anyways, now let me put batteries into this one, and we'll see the last one for now. Alright, so here's the last one that I got, believe it or not, from the mother of the lady who sold me these two. Yeah, literally. Anyways, this is another one of those that walks and swings the head. Okay, I was just like, fine, it's probably gonna do the same stupid ass music and everything. Nothing's really gonna change on it. It changed. This one is different from the circuit board. That's all I know. The music it plays is different. Now this one, I had to repaint the beard a little bit because it was getting really dispainted. The paint was chipping off. And I guess I did a decent job. At least it's not yellowing or coming off with you touching it. But as you guys can see, this one has a trimmed beard. I don't know why. The beard was cut at some point, the previous owner. Other than that, this one has a much darker skin tone than the other one. And of course, this one's hand is not discolored or anything. Yeah. But I mean, that's practically it. Now, one thing I gotta mention about these is that they made two versions. They made some with bigger speakers that don't have these, because you can actually take these off. You push it like this, and these feet covers come off. They don't have screws or anything. So other than that, and of course, another pretty surprising thing, this one only had a split motor shaft gear. This one had no split gears at all. I'm nowhere near kidding. This one had nothing split. The 90th gear wasn't split. The selective gear was not split, or magic gear as we call it. Nothing. This one was perfect. It just needed lubrication and cleaning. From here, this one didn't even have the 12-tooth gear split. It was just the 9-tooth it had. But anyways, so here we go with this one. So as you guys saw, it's different than the other one, because the other one just has 2 songs and it's the most standard recording. So yeah, that's practically everything, for now, at least. So tell me what you think down on the review. I know for a fact it's been really, choppy. I've been messing up a lot of times. I had to repair one of my 2018 ones because it broke, and I know that some may have not, I may have not described them perfectly, but if you have any questions, any doubts, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer you as much as possible. Like, for example, what's the gearbox on this one, or whatever, this on that. Provide me a timestamp or something specific, and I'll let you know. But for now, this is practically it, everyone. Thank you for watching. I'm really glad you guys got to the point of this video, if you did. And well, what can I say? Like the video, because it's been pretty it took me a while to do. And if you stuck up to the end and you are not subscribed to GMA, subscribe for fuck's sake, because this channel is amazing, and it gives us all the chance to show every single animatronic we own. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I salute you till the next time.